What is this game?
It's a game. You're on a motorcycle.
Okay.
And the most interesting part about it that you get to go up to gas stations, fill up on gas. That's the whole game.
Let's just road trip the game.
Yeah, and there are some zombies like that.
All right, so let's rewind here. I'm wow.
Okay, so Ben Studio developed this game, first-party exclusive for PS4. Same people who also made Bubsy 3D, of course.
Back in 1996,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh no, they went from Bubsy 3D and then, you know what, zombies.
Well, disappointingly enough, it kind of feels that way. 'Cause this game isn't really that great, which is surprising for a first-party, PS4 exclusive. Typically, they're all like top-notch. I mean, they're all this gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. The game is beautiful, but
Yeah, I was gonna say the production value alone is like this looks like a good open world game.
it looks so pretty, and like the dynamic weather system is amazing as well. Like you can see right now, it's snowing. Like it just randomly snows, randomly rains whenever it wants, and it does like certain things to the freakers, which are like the zombie-esque enemies in this game.
I'm not calling them freakers.
Yeah.
Those are zombies.
Yeah. So
So what are you doing right now?
So right now I'm going up to a Ripper camp, which are just like a bunch of like crazy bandits with like some religious nonsense stuff. So
Something's not right here.
Oh, she was a bad guy.
Yep.
They're all bad.
Yep.
Oh,
they're okay. So the
she seemed very like she came up almost like as if she was like an NPC to be like, hey man, I'm ready to attack this when you are, but then you shot her. Oh,
yeah.
so this is gonna be oh wow, this is
well, this is convenient. So Rippers in this game just basically for some whatever reason they don't kill freakers, and they only kill and ambush humans because they're nuts.
What is the premise of this game?
I mean, honestly, it's like just surviving. It's very simple. It's like there's no overarching story. I mean, there kind of is.
Outside the world has ended, and now we have freakers.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, the trailers show Deacon St. John, the main character. He had a wife, and she died. And so far, like from the very beginning of the story, and like about halfway through, which is where I'm at, you're basically just finding out answers, searching for answers about what happened to her, how she died, and all that stuff. She's probably not dead, is like the very first indication that you get in the game. So,
And how long has the world been? I mean, is this post-apocalypse or post?
Actually, I'll tell you right now.
Oh, okay.
792 days since the outbreak. So yeah.
Like around 2 years.
Yeah. That's this game's gimmick, basically.
And so has society completely collapsed, or is it just in like little pockets of the United States? Because where are you guys? Like in Seattle or Washington State or something?
I actually don't know the state,
'Cause
but
I got a Pacific Northwest vibe from at least looking at some of the game.
yeah, I actually don't know where it is, but they're not very descriptive of what happened to the government. The assumption is like that everything is down, like there's no government, there's no nothing. Like you discover later that the government is still doing things. Like this military group called Nero is out, investigating the freakers and whatnot, and then you kind of follow them and see what they're doing. And there's that, but there isn't much like government society structure. It's pretty much like The Walking Dead, and just as bad, because you get absolutely like nothing.
Ooh,
like it's
ooh,
not
shoot up.
It's not very rewarding, and which is one of my biggest problems with this game.
Rewarding for? Are you saying like an open world game, or?
Yeah,
just...
I mean, like my biggest issue with it is that you don't really get anything. Like there's no items or anything like that. You get supplies, and there's no inventory management. So your supplies cap out pretty quickly, and you can't bring any back to home base. So once you're like capped out on supplies, there's virtually no reason to go out and explore things. And the only reason I'm doing this camp, or like fighting these bandits right now, is that it gives me reputation, which increases my like rank with camps, and you use the ranking to upgrade your bike or buy new weapons, which, I mean, you could call that progress, but it doesn't feel like it, only because like it's so limited and you're only restricted to ranking up in the camps as opposed to going outside. So like I can pick up this gun, but I can't keep it. It's not it's not in my locker or anything, which is kind of annoying because Ben Studio like developed this quality system. So like there's average and low and mil-spec like conditions.
So there's like loot, but you can't actually
Yeah, you
keep your
can't
loot.
keep any of the loot. It's like they already have this like kind of tiered looting system built in, and they could have easily done a thing where everything you collect outside is like low to average, and then everything above that is like mil-spec or like really high quality that you could buy, which would make sense.
And there's no way to just like, you can't like break that stuff down for scrap or gear or whatever. Nope.
There's no gear. There's
That's super strange.
There's no nothing. It's
I wonder if they have bars around here. I'll bet they do.
yeah. This game is very. It's annoying. It's pretty annoying.
I think the phrase we used was, it's a video game. Like, it's
Yeah.
in like the plainest of terms.
Yeah, it's like it's an action game, but it's stretched so thin across this open world that it doesn't feel like there was enough thought put into the gameplay to accommodate like all this open world stuff that you could do, and so just exploring and going around just feels unrewarding.
Like right now, what are you doing? You're just investing in a camp.
So yeah,
How do we
right now
finish this.
right now I'm looking for the cellar, which is right there, and then these are basically like fast travel points. Like that's what they end up becoming, and just another way to just another place to fill up on gas, because there are like gasoline things like around here. It's also pretty annoying. Like, it's realistic that you have to fill up in gas, but at the same time, it's like you're doing it so often that it just becomes you're at the gas station simulator, and it's not fun.
So it sort of becomes an issue where it's just kind of like, you're not burning as much gas in reality in like the distance you're traveling, where it like doesn't make any sense.
It does not make any sense. Like, you drive like a couple miles and your gas is it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, you can upgrade your gas tank, but I have like a 3rd tier gas tank, and it's still like.
So you're getting kind of swarmed here, but I think
really swarmed.
But the big selling point of this game are the like, what is it, the roving hordes that go around?
Yeah, so there are hordes. There isn't any. I didn't get far enough to actually see if they're curable. They do talk about the disease and what it is. There's some hint that it's like has to do with terrorism or some nonsense
Because
like
terrorism.
that. Because terrorism. Yeah.
But we are in agreement that Freakers is a dumb name, right?
I mean,
Okay.
I would almost prefer they just say, "Oh man, zombies."
but like, but with while it is not the best name, it does. They're trying to make it seem like they're human and there's a potential that they could be. Is what I take from by not outright calling them zombie.
Right, but they're kind of decaying corpses, Rian.
The Butler twins, Abigail and
Are they
Gabby.
dead though, or are they just infected?
They seem extra dead.
I mean, from what I gather, they're
They didn't come
infected.
back.
The word undead or dead hasn't really come up,
That's just it. They weren't at Lost Lake. They went east.
and it's treated more as an infection.
So you're getting a mission from this person here.
Yeah.
I'll,
So this
I'll
is
see if
one
I
of the
can find
characters you meet,
Deacon, thank you so
and she's
much.
giving me a something. I honestly wasn't paying attention. So we have to head to some location somewhere to do something. Because stuff.
The more I see you play this game, I just hear it in your voice how
Like,
how bored, annoyed,
but I,
and almost as if like you're upset we assigned this to you.
I was gonna take this, but I just got there were way too many embargoes and responsibilities And because I've been waiting for this game for like 5 years. Like the concept of it, not like well, not zombie apocalypse, but an apocalypse of some sort, in the Pacific Northwest. Cormac McCarthy, like motorcycle gang, like all of these things just spoke to me. And like when Rami started telling me like, no, don't buy it, I'm like,
So Rami, would
and the folks at Ben Studios had these badass custom-made shirts and jackets. I'm like, can I get one? They're like, no, they're just developer. I'm just like, so it just hurts my feelings that for all this anticipation that
it just seems you're more hurt by not getting swag than you are about the game.
Well, I'm hurt that the game isn't what I wanted it to be.
Well, there's fishing.
Okay, I'll
It's
start
like,
there.
Well,
Yeah.
every game like Breath of the Wild have fishing kind of sort of.
Oh shit. Marauders, Jesus.
So I guess we're investigating a kidnapping right now.
yeah, why are you getting these
Wait,
weird
why-
division
why are these
echoes?
people- wait,
Like,
what?
Yeah, so
is he magic?
No, so like it's just like kind of illustrating his just knack for tracking people.
Oh, I see.
The
So-
Witcher.
Yeah, kinda. Except he doesn't actually see.
He's baseball
these
cap
things.
Witcher.
Like I guess what I wanted from this game was some Resident Evil, like, cause the Horde mode got me really excited about this.
Yeah, that's not really a mode, and it's not really prioritized that much in this game. I've never fought a horde, and I've 50% of my way through this game, relatively. So.
Wait, are those your memories or? Oh no, these are actual.
These are
guys.
bad people.
I'm like,
They're
why,
just like.
why are they moving around?
That's
like
just
they're
bad
swimming?
AI.
Trust increased.
Yeah.
I trust you, Rami.
You
Yeah.
shot those guys. You shot those guys. I trust
Yeah,
you.
so my trust with a camp increased, so now I can buy more weapons, buy more motorcycle upgrades.
So do you get to keep your upgrades and keep your weapons once you buy them?
Ooh.
When you buy them, yes, but you can't keep anything that you pick up. It's pretty annoying.
You should just like spray into camp and see how he interacts with. Oh, are you shooting him?
Yeah, I've led hordes to camps before, and it's pretty funny because they just do all the work and you drive by and do nothing. And
Like,
then,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
see.
you-
Yeah,
and you
it's
win.
going on right now. Oh, Hatchet Man. Oh, ooh, okay. Sorry.
there are some pretty
'Cause
nice
I'm a
animations in this game.
Man, Hatchet Man, slice it into your torso as fast as I can.
And so there are like a ton of other little things about this game that are super annoying because one, you can't switch shoulders on command. Two, the game doesn't let you freaking swim very far at least. And there are just like so many other like small details like that that just make it frustrating to play. I'm out of health.
Guy's got an axe.
Stabs me.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
let- let-
that's just an army of wolves.
can you climb up? Is there any
Uh,
mantling or anything for you?
yes, you can climb up. I can't climb up this though. Oh, let me.
that is
Yeah.
something that I, like
That's
in game
strange.
design.
That's also
in
annoying.
2019, I would hope that we wouldn't have having these. If it's,
No.
So there's a slowdown time mechanic for shooting.
Yes, there is a focus. It's called focus, and it's like one of the first mechanics that you can unlock with your skill tree. Which is it's very useful. Actually do like that mechanic. It's funny because the core mechanics of this game, the shooting, the rolling and taking cover, they're fine. It's just everything else that's like that accompanies it is just so frustrating to deal with.
so ideally, what should the game have been?
An 8-hour action game, not an open world like overly ambitious adventure game.
So is it an issue of like it's a large open world with just not much to do?
Yeah.
So it's just an open world game
Basically,
for open
it's
world's
like-
sake.
Yeah, very much so. There's no incentive to go out and explore. Like 90% of the time I'm looting these bodies now and I'm getting materials, but 90% of the time it's like inventory full. And it's like that's the only thing you get from doing anything outside. And it's really frustrating. After like 10 times or so, it's like, what's the point of doing this anymore.
Speaking of what's the point, what were we doing in this camp?
I believe we're gonna be saving some people, which is that's also another thing. The jobs, activity. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the jobs and activities can get pretty repetitive. Fighting, ironically, fighting humans is the most fun because as you can see, it's kind of wild sometimes. Yeah. Like you get in these really clutch scenarios that are pretty fun.
Yeah, it just seems like the AI seems like unpredictable in the weirdest way.
Yeah, not necessarily a good way, but
yeah, because like you opened it and the person just had their back to the door, even though you were just outside, just jangling it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and like as you saw before, sometimes they'll just like kind of huddle over each other and just do random things for no apparent reason. So clear nearby enemies.
Probably got or a dog.
Yeah, because I thought I heard
you got it.
Oh, there we go.
I'm surprised you heard that. I can't hear anything.
I have seriously ADE. They're like bat ears.
I mean, I'm like partially deaf in my left ear, so that's nice. Yeah.
But yet you want to do audio reviews. Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute.
You heard nothing.
I heard all
I think that's the problem, is that Rami can't hear anything.
Nothing.
Abigail.
No, the problem is you.
5 out of 5 on all my headphone reviews.
Like, what?
They sound great.
Come on.
All right, so what I think you should do is get on your bike and find me a horde, and let's go deal with it. If you can.
I cannot. I can
Go.
wholeheartedly assure you that I cannot do that because I do not have any of the super advanced guns that this game wants me to have. I just got to the point where in the story where they're actually talking about dealing with some hordes, and so I imagine I won't be like personally ready until they give me that little quest.
Yeah, from what I remember from like game demos and stuff is that like dealing with hordes is going to be like in a specific location that you need to either set up traps and work around. So it's almost like the hordes are going to be like a puzzle that you need to figure out. Like,
yeah, the hordes don't roam all over the wild.
They're the way they move around, they're almost like water. They're just like tossing on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's like very specific, and like I don't think you're going to see that out in here in this open
It's
world.
such a cool mechanic. I'm like, I like the idea of this mechanic. Also, is there fast travel?
There is, but that also wastes gas. So you have to listen. Everything you do in this game, you have to be like, where's the nearest gas station? I need to go fill up my gas. This game is so much fun.
See that?
Yeah, and
Still
what's
relying on
Now
fossil fuels.
Now here's what because I want to know how long after whatever happened this is, because something that I learned from Ubisoft and Far Cry New Dawn is that gasoline expires after 3 years.
oh, so this is
There's 2 years in,
yeah,
roughly.
a little over 2 years.
So you got
I think.
another year of gas before it all goes bad.
Alive.
And there's just like unlimited gas at gas stations. There's no logic to it.
She wouldn't come
It's
with
just,
me, so
and
we gotta
what's
send
even more
someone
annoying
who
is that if you're in a
back.
camp, like one of the friendly camps, and you need gas or need to repair your motorcycle, you have to pay for it. And it's like, I can go 2 minutes down the road and get free gas. Like, why are you charging me?
Because convenience tax.
It's so annoying. It's not even
that's
convenient.
The way to work. That's
In the
way to
apocalypse, that's how
world.
you make your money.
So annoying.
And
Oh
what
my
are they
god.
spending their money on? Like, I'm very like, cause back to my original question. So you're basically getting infected parts. What are the folks doing with the infected parts? Are you making human leather? Are you making a dandy human
Just
wallet?
hats? Yeah, just
Hey.
give me a good belt, a good chain wallet.
Just getting scalps like we're in Inglorious Bastards? Like, do you owe someone some scalps?
I have
Do you,
no good explanation
like,
for you.
Are you? Is it going to be like?
Rami, you need the answers to all our questions.
Is this going to be like the prophecy where the dude was wearing the Vietnam dude was wearing the ears of the people he killed? Like, what are we doing?
Does
here?
anyone wear ears here, Rami?
No, I actually have not seen people wear ears.
Have you run into cannibals yet?
I don't know if the Rippers are cannibals. They're most likely.
You're like, they're
some
most likely
cannibals.
to be cannibals.
They're like, if they had to be cannibals, then they would be.
Meaning, if they came out to be cannibals, you'd be like, no, that's not surprising.
Yeah,
The
no, it's
Rippers
not
are
surprising at
terrible.
all. one annoying thing about this game, well, with the fast travel, it's like you have to fast travel per, your what's in your tank, and I only have like 1 point something 69 at least, or less than 1.69 gallons in my motorcycle tank, which is pretty annoying because it's like there's no way there's that little in my little tank. So I have to fast travel halfway, fill up my gas, and then fast travel again.
So if you run out of gas, you have to leave your bike. Like, do you have to push your bike back to the next camp?
You can push your bike back to the next camp, or you can pay a camp to recover your bike. So there is a method to get your bike back, but I've only run out of gas twice.
Also, we still respect money.
And
in the post-apocalypse,
yeah, in the first time I actually ran out of gas at a camp, but I was too stubborn to pay them, so I walked 500 meters to go get a tank of gasoline. Yeah, because I'm not paying them. Like, I can go get my own gas. Like, I don't want to deal with that.
That's great.
I don't want to deal with that. Get out of here.
That's great.
So Rami, as you refill your tank, let's maybe wrap up. Your closing thoughts. Yeah, your review is out, but let's kind of get your final impression.
My final impressions is wait for a sale. I mean, this game is gorgeous. It has some great acting. The story is fine.
Yeah, that's Sam Whitmore from
yeah,
Clone Wars fame.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
And Being Human.
Yeah.
He's a werewolf. No, a vampire.
Oh.
Voice of Darth Maul.
Hey, did someone?
Good stuff. It's The Apprentice, man.
Oh,
It's
this
just
was
completely...
wasted on him. Oh, they wasted him.
So, yeah, he's a great actor. There's some great dialogue. Every character feels like they have a personality, which is
Rare.
great. Yeah, it's great. It's rare. But, the game just isn't fun. Like, if
Do you think it would have benefited from being like a tighter experience? Like maybe instead of it being an open world, it
absolutely
should have done like maybe the Last of Us route, where it's just like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3.
Absolutely. Yeah, this game should have been 8 hours long. It should not have been this open world. It's like, it just feels exhausting. Almost as if you are Sam Witwer dealing with this in real life. It's like, you don't want to be. You don't get nothing in return for this except for the gift of living, and that's it. That's literally it.
Huh, that's kind of like The Road.
Yeah.
That's a ringing endorsement if I've ever heard one.
Like, if you don't want to play through it, you can read it in Cormac McCarthy's. Like, Cormac McCarthy. Like, read the book. Like, The Road is a great book. It's depressing as hell, but it's still a great read.
But yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call it there.
Yeah.
That
I'm
was
sorry, Ben Studios.
you're bumming me out.
Yeah, definitely wait for a sale. If you're interested in this game, it's not horrible. It's definitely playable.
That's a pull quote if I've ever heard one on a review. It's not horrible.
Like, it's definitely playable as soon as you get past the long loading screens and some of the performance issues that you may encounter, but yeah.
Wow. Well, this was Days Gone, available. When's this out?
Tomorrow, Friday,
So
April 25th.
So how many days
26th.
of
26th.
your days are gone?
Well, me 793 right now. I can't remember when I started, so probably a month. I would say a good month.
I feel like you've had this game forever.
It feels like forever.
Rami Tabari, thank you so much. Cherie Smith, thank you for popping in. I was George Jimenez. This was Days Gone on the PS4. Comes out tomorrow, April 26th. And make sure you check out Rami's review on tomsguide.com, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Bye.